Welcome back to the channel, guys. In this video, we have a purple belt versus a purple belt versus a black belt, and so much more. Now, you guys really seem to be enjoying these videos where I break down the footage of me rolling live at the gym, and you know what? I can see where you're coming from. These videos are by far the best jiu-jitsu videos on all of YouTube. Oh, thank you, thank you. In all seriousness, these videos seem to be helping you guys pick up the smaller details that I use in my jiu-jitsu that you don't really get to see in the jiu-jitsu tutorials that I do. So for this video, we have some really good partners we're going to be training with. We got 3 black belts in there, a couple purple belts. It's going to be lit. So yeah, without talking anymore, let's get right into the video. Here he sits down right off the bat looking for lasso guard. I try to pass immediately, but he's able to pummel his top leg in to prevent that. Here he uses a collar grip to try to break down my posture. I walk my hips in, stack, and try to shove his bottom leg by for a guard pass, but he inverts to create space and retain guard. I counter by throwing that leg over and stacking him. Here I change my ankle from his side to behind his back, using my shoulder as a wedge for his lower back to prevent him from rolling out to retain guard. He tries to bail and go to turtle, but I follow him around, grabbing his hip, flattening him out to solidify side control. Out of good habits, I like to stabilize the position for 3 seconds to get the points before moving on. With control of the crossface and his bottom leg, I transition to knee on belly for 2 extra points. From the knee shield, he kicks his leg over, trying to retain guard. I shuck it by and drive my elbow down to prevent him from going to the lasso guard. With a collar grip, I grab his wrist and flatten him out so I can slide past his quarter guard. I then grab his collar for the crossface and get up to my feet to transition into knee on belly for the extra points. Here he's grabbing my right knee, so I slide my hips across his hand to break his grip. As I lower my levels, I switch my grip from his hip to an underhook to maximize my control. Here there's only about 10 seconds left, so I'm looking for a finish. I go knee on belly to look for the spinning armbar, which gives him enough space to retain guard. As I try to pass to the other side to smash past him, the timer goes off and it's the end of the round. For this round, I want to be patient and only go for attacks when they're wide open to me. As we tie up, I lower my head, using it as a barrier to prevent any quick takedowns. Here he grabs my belt, looking for a hip toss, but can't get his hips close enough to attack it since I have decent head positioning. Here he goes for an inside trip, which I barely manage to step out of and defend. Here he goes for a basic hip toss, chopping me down to my knees. I immediately shoot a single leg off of it. He tries to double down on it by going for the Uchimata, but I'm able to back my hips up just enough so that when he goes for it, I get the takedown. A scramble ensues. He tries to butterfly sweep me, but I'm able to catch my balance, putting him on his back. He immediately transitions to deep half, so I cut an angle all the way to the other side, grabbing his knee to keep myself upright. Here I'm trying to isolate his arm, but I give him enough space to try to sweep me overhead. I catch myself out of the scramble, but he has a low single leg and uses that to put me in turtle. With the ankle grip, he drives into me with his head, trying to complete the takedown, but I'm able to scramble and create enough space to slide my bottom leg in to retain full guard. I break my guard to try to create space, but he times it to stand up to make himself more mobile. I try to transition into De La Riva guard, but he's able to smash past it to half guard. I do my best to lock his leg down, but he's applying a really solid crossface, which feels absolutely like shit. Here I frame hard on his neck to create space, trying to retain guard. I do for a second, but he hops over to the other side to pass my guard. As he looks for the underhook, I belly down, getting up to my feet, trying to stand up. He still has my ankle and is trying to take me down again. I stand up to my feet, break his grip, and turn into him. He still has a single leg, so I use an underhook and sprawl out hard, freeing myself. He attempts another Uchimata. I try to counter with a single, but he sprawls on that. I shoot a single leg, pinching his foot between my legs, looking to step over to the back, but he grabs my elbow and tries to counter me. He almost does, but I'm able to correct myself and stand back up, resetting. Here I grab his pants looking to smash him to the side and pass, but he bases on his elbow and uses that to re-engage his guard. From butterfly, he attacks the single leg X and looks for a hip bump sweep. As he comes up, I hip into him looking for an omoplata, but he cuts the angle to end up in my closed guard. Here I hook his calf to create space, which I use to transition into butterfly guard. I do this because I have better attacks from butterfly guard than closed guard. As I try to sweep him, he sets back, which creates space, putting us into open guard. I get up to one knee and grab his collar, thinking about a collar drag. Since he stays on his knees, I lower my hips and drive through to get the sweep. As I'm looking to smash past his left side, he goes for double overhooks and hits a butterfly sweep. What makes his sweep so effective is the fact that he falls to his side and bases on his bottom leg for extra leverage. Here I grab his sleeve and armpit and kick away with my hips looking to isolate one side, but he's doing a good job of keeping his weight balanced. With a cross collar grip, I pop up to my side and go for a knee tap sweep. I'm especially fond of popping up for takedowns from open guard, as not a lot of people will see that coming. Here I grab his bottom leg and collar looking to smash him to one side and start a pass. I shove my knee through for dope mount, but he's still on his elbow, so I start driving into him hard and eventually get him to his side. From dope mount, I step over looking for full mount, but he grabs my ankle, putting me in his quarter guard. I bring my knee to the other side looking for a cut pass, but he's able to get up on his elbow and pop up on a single leg to get out. We restart. I look for a cross collar grip looking to sweep him again, but we both stand up. He pulls butterfly guard again, triggering my PTSD of getting swept. I grab his leg and collar looking to smash him to one side right as the timer goes off. Here he shoots a fireman carry, which I sprawl out on. He sits through to cut an angle and drives through for the double leg, which he trips out behind for the takedown. Here I frame on his bicep and neck, hip in hard, creating enough space to slide in my bottom knee to put him in my De La Riva guard. Here I use the arm drag to pop up on a single leg and get the sweep. It doesn't always have to look pretty as long as it gets you on top. Here I grab his collar grip with both hands and push away to break it. I lower my level to smash his knee, grab his collar and shuck his leg by to pass his guard. Since he's on his side, I use a collar and leg grip to flatten him out, getting the points. Controlling the hip is a powerful hack that far too few people in jiu-jitsu use. Right here I pull him back into the center of the mat. This is something that all you competitors need to be aware of, as many big tournaments will restart you in the middle from standing if your opponent goes out of bounds. Here I get up to my toes and put both my knees on his chest. This is something I like to do to try to isolate one of his arms when he's framing pretty good. He tries to turn into me, so I have to react by lowering my hips and flattening him out again. He tries to turn away from me here. I try to go for a Kimura, but he's wise to it and flattens out, and right then the timer goes off. Here, I decide to focus on defense by starting in his back control. I grab his ankles and tuck my chin to fend off any attacks. Here I shift my weight off to the side and hop over his bottom hook. As he abandons the hooks and doubles down on the rear naked choke, I have enough space to turn into him for the escape. I then slide my knee past his bottom leg, block his hip, and slide straight into side control. Here he turns into me looking to belly down and escape. As he does, I put pressure into him, spin around to the other side. He tries to set through for guard, but as he does, I time it and pass the side control. He immediately tries to turn away from me, so I grab his collar and hip and do a chair set, looking to take his back. He's defending it pretty well, so I just yank him down, putting him back in side control. Here I go for a baseball bat choke, but I haven't stepped over his head, so there's still a little bit of space that he's using to survive. He manages to go belly down and escape the choke. As he bellies down, I step off to one side looking for a choke. He has decent defense here, so I switch to grabbing his hip and collar and using that to flatten him out and put myself back in side control. I step up to knee on belly. As he frames, I use my top leg to break that frame so I can stabilize the position. Here he turns to his side. I slide across to the other side looking to flatten him out. As I do, he grabs my ankle, forcing me to take pressure off of him. I step around looking to put him in mount. He then gets up to his elbow and goes to turtle, trying to shake me off to one side, but I manage to chop out his base and throw both my hooks in for back control. With a collar grip, I bail on my hooks, kicking him off to one side, looking to finish with a bow and arrow. He has decent defenses for my grip, so I settle for side control again. I drive my shin across his chest. As I do, he grabs my foot looking for a toe hold. I try to step around into mount, but he follows me around, keeping the pressure on. I'm forced to spin around. He gets the sweep, but I manage to kick off and we both stand up. He pulls guard right away. I try to time it for a quick guard pass, but he puts me in his half guard, so I step around looking for a step back pass. I step over to 3/4 mounts with a crossface looking for an arm triangle choke. I then bail on it, slide his arm across, and lock up a gift wrap looking to take his back. And as I'm fighting for the second hook, the buzzer goes off. Alright guys, that is all we have for the video today. I hope you guys both enjoyed it and hopefully were able to learn a thing or two from it as well. If you did, be sure to hit that like button so that YouTube knows to show this video to other people as well. And if you guys are new to the channel, my name's Jedi. I've been doing jiu-jitsu for 7 years and I draw from that experience to give you practical jiu-jitsu videos that you can apply the next time that you're on the mats. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. I post every single Friday. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Remember, stay consistent, and you can do anything. I'm out. Peace.
Yeah, you let the talk, I don't talk, I get it. Yeah, you know I'm about it, if it kill me, I'ma let it. Run into the bag like I'm so athletic. I've been up since 6, making hits like tennis.